Hello developers and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to show you how to do this space inspired mascot with some cute animation. I'm using CodePen, and in the HTML file I have a class named box, and then in the CSS file that I'm actually using as CSS just to define better my colors, I have the class named box with a position relative, a margin auto, a display block, and then a red border that I'm going to comment. So all the other properties are the same that I'm always using, so it's nothing special. Now inside the class box I'm going to have all my other classes, and I'm going to begin with head. So inside the class head I'm going also to have a hair left, a hair right, and then some bullets left and bullet right. Instead of classes you can always use IDs. I'm just using classes. Now the head will have a position absolute, top left with height and background gray, border radius 5%, and then I will also have an animation which will be head move for 4 seconds and it will be infinity, but I will write the animation in the end of the video. Hair left and hair right are almost the same, just change the property left to right and then add the transform rotate. In one hand it's minus 25 degrees, and the other time it's just 25 degrees. For the bullets left and right, you just need 50% radius 50% to make it like a circle. Now we will continue with the eyes, and this time I decided to make the eyes different, so you will see in CSS how I will do them. The mouth will be pretty simple, and now in CSS I'm using Clippy tool, and it's an octagon here. So you don't have to change anything, just copy and paste from the Clippy tool. And if you don't know what Clippy tool is actually a tool that helps you make some shapes that would be quite difficult to do them in plain CSS or HTML. But if you're using Firefox or some old browsers, maybe your shapes won't be very good. And this time I'm using half circle, and again from Clippy tool, that I will leave in the description box the link. Oh, and not to forget to mention that I will also leave the link from my CodePen, so you can download the code, and of course from GitHub, so you can use whichever you prefer. Right, my mouth is almost ready here, and yes, now it's ready. So let's continue with the body. Inside the class body I will have another class named body inner shadow, and then an upper square 1, upper square 2, and until 5. And then I'm going to do the same with bottom square 1 until bottom square 5. Okay. So for the body I will have the color of blue and nothing else, just a border radius of 5%. The body inner shadow will have a background color blue to green, and sorry, this color is actually RGBA, and A in RGBA stands for opacity. Excuse me. So I will have this result. Now for the upper square 1 you just have to add 20% to the left property, and then every time change the background from dark blue to green. One time you will have a height of 6% and the next time a height of 8%. And the same goes with width. One time you will have 18% and the next time you will have 14%. Great. And then pretty much you will have to do the same for the bottom square. This time I will have a little different colors. But I think that you get the point. In the bottom square you have to change top to bottom and then change the color. And lastly change the height by adding 20%. Okay, and last but not least we will have our last classes, which will be a leg left and inside it an inner leg, left leg, sorry, and then a leg right with an inner left leg. Before that I will also have my hands. Hands left, hand left top, palm left and inner palm left, and the same for the right hand. Give it transform rotate of -45 degrees and a background color of grey. For the hands left top you will want a background of blue and a rotate of 45 degrees. Also add a border bottom right radius of 50%. The palm will be a star. So first adjust your properties, give a color of dark blue or whatever you like, and then with the clippy tool just copy and paste the code. You don't have to change anything and you'll have your star. The inner palm left will be like the inner palm. So give it a color gray and continue. For the right hand you'll have to do almost the same, but this time we will change a little bit the top properties and of course the right one. So you will want a rotate of 45 degrees and a border right radius. Okay. And now the legs that I mentioned earlier. Maybe here the name isn't the best, I mean inner left leg and inner left leg for the right one, I mean isn't a correct name. So lastly we will have a class named Bubble, which will have a cool animation. For the legs the background is going to be green. And the border top left radius is going to be 50% and the same for the right radius. I will also add a transform rotate of 35 degrees. Whereas for the leg right I'm going to have a -35 degrees. Now the inner left leg is actually only a color, so you don't have to add it if you don't like this color. And now for the bubble. Okay, I'm going to change this. The color will be bubble, the top will be -8% and the head will be 100%. The animation here will have a name of bubble move for 4 seconds and it will be infinity. So let's start with bubble move. For 0 I will have a top 20% and a transform rotate 0 degrees, and I'm going to end with a rotate of 60 degrees and a background to pink bubble. So this will have bad effects. But now I'll have to do almost the same for the head move, and let's see the final result.